If joining roofs in Revit is giving you a hard time, and I'm guessing that's the reason you're here, in this video I'm going to show you the right ways to join roofs in Revit, but more importantly I'm going to show you some of the industry ways I've seen people join roofs incorrectly, which is actually kind of confusing. Hi, I'm Dory Azar. I'm a licensed architect who loves to work in Revit and is going to show you some great tips and tricks. Come on, let's dive in. So here's a sample home that we're going to be putting a roof on today. So let's jump back into our main floor plan. And this tutorial is not so much about how to do roofs, it's more about how to join roofs. So I'm going to still move through, but I'll do it a little quickly, assuming you already know how to do a roof. So we're going to go into the architecture tab. I'm going to click on roof, and then it's going to open up the roof command. We'll use that one, sure. I'm going to put that on the underside of first ceiling. And I like to use the pick walls command. So I'm just going to come in here and pick the walls that I want the roofs to go around. Now I'm going to ignore this last bump out here because we're going to make that a raised roof, and I'm going to show you how you connect an elevated gable when all the fascias don't line up. So let's get through here and commit to that roof, jump back into 3D. Cool, there it is. So you can see here, we're going to take these walls and just holding control here to select multiple things. And let's make that go 2 feet higher than the rest of it, something like that. Now for this design here, we've kind of got this jog in the front, and I want to make these 2 gable roofs here. So I'm going to double click on the roof. As you know, this little triangle represents the fact that that side of the roof slopes. So I'm going to select these 2 lines here, and I'm going to remove the slope from them. I'm going to click on, now you can see we've got 2 gables there, but the walls really don't fit into it. So we're just going to pick those walls. Go to attach, top, select the roof, and those will fill in there. I actually might have to do these side walls too. Maybe I'll show you that in another video when I do those a little differently. See, that's a problem that we're going to be able to solve. Let's jump back into this side now and put a roof on this side bump out here. So I'm going to click there. And because there's not another roof line or another wall that we can click, I'm just going to draw one in there. And I will make sure that these 2 lines are not defined by a slope. So this one has a slope. That's what's going to make it a gable for us. And I'm going to put that on the underside of first ceiling. Click. Let's jump back into 3D view. Cool. And because we raised that wall 2 feet, let's change the base offset of this to 2 feet. And we can select, I don't want to select all those walls. Let's select these 3 walls, go to attach, top, click that roof. There we go. So what we see here are 2 major problems in the roof. First of all, this roof, this gable portion here, doesn't extend back to this wall, which it needs to do, obviously. And for this roof, it doesn't extend yet to connect to this roof. So let me show you this side raised roof first. So the mistake I've seen people of all different skill levels do is come in here, they'll double click on the roof to edit the footprint of it. Then they'll just take this back line and then drag it into the house. And you can see there, it looks okay. And then what they might do is go into modify, join, and then select this roof, select that roof, and it looks okay. But you can see when you select the roof, it's kind of embedded within the house. So if you start cutting cross sections through there, it's really, you're going to have roofs where you don't want to have roofs. So let's undo that, and I'll show you the first trick here that I like to do. So with that roof there, we come up to the modify tab. And in the modify tab right here, there's a button. It looks like a little roof plan. It's called join unjoin roof. Just click on that, and this is a real game changer here. All you got to do is pick on the back of this gable. Either side, it's going to highlight one of the lines. So pick on that, and then pick the roof you want it to project to. And just like that, it projects the roof from one side to the other. And you can see if I hide this roof, it's maintaining its shape. So now if you're cutting sections through there, it's going to be a lot more accurate when you get into the detail phase of your project. So that's a really cool feature there. And because those walls are attached to the roof and the roof is joined properly, we can come in here and change the pitch of the roof. If we change it to 412, it's still going to stay attached. So whatever modifications you're going to make to that roof are going to stick with you now. So that's fantastic. Now, the second part here is this double gable elevation that we've got here. So the mistake, let's start there. The incorrect way that I've seen people model this before is, and there's a few ways of doing it, but I've seen people do a second roof. So they'll come in here and the way I used to do it as well, I would copy and then paste to same place. So I knew it was at the same elevation. Before I did anything else, I would click edit footprint, jump back into the floor plan. And now I've got this roof area here. So I would nudge that up, bring that over, and just start to build a little roof there. And this is the wrong way. I'm going to reiterate, this is the wrong way to do this. Change that slope there, and let's go back into 3D view. So you've got this little roof now, and now I would change the width of it and do that. And I would edit the width of it again and make it so that it's just filling in that little sliver there. And then I would take this wall and attach it to that roof, attach the top to that roof. And then I would join these 2 roofs, and it's just, you can see how it's creating additional work that we don't need to really be worrying about. This, the gap there is still going to be a wall feature that we need to do. So let's undo that. I'm going to go back all the way to the beginning. And then I'm going to show you the 2-click method of just doing this the right way. So when we've got this roof, we're going to use the same join unjoin roof button that we used earlier. So I'm going to select, I'm going to work with this roof. So I'm going to go into the modify tab, the join unjoin roof command. And then I'm just going to, same thing, I'm going to select the back of that roof. And then I'm going to select this wall that I want it to project to. And you can see that it projected that roof underneath the other gable, which is kind of cool. It's really hard to, you can't draw that in 2D. And that's how you can still keep your roof all one piece while doing these double gable moments here. And while we're here, just this void here, let's fill that in real quick. So I would come here, I would create a new wall by typing CS. So I like to select a wall, type CS, that's create similar, and it gives me that exact same wall. So I can draw it there. And then what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to back to our 3D view, and I'm going to see that wall right in there. I'm going to take that and attach that to our roof. And then I can start to play around with the width of it, making sure that it's connected there. Oh, but it joined it to that other wall. So what I want to do is change the base elevation of it first. Let's move that to underside of first ceiling, go back to 3D view, and then I can take that and drag it over, join those two. And then because it's still kind of weird there, let's go into split screen here because it's showing us this kind of white sort of part of the wall there. So let's see if we can fix that. And that's because that was attached there. So now we can take this wall, project it there, connect it there, and we can come back in and join those couple of walls. And you can see the hatch patterns don't line up. Let's solve that while we're here too. We're getting bonus tips and tricks here. Jump into the front elevation. You can see they don't match up. I'll use the align command for this. So I type AL. I select this line and then the line that I want to align it with, which is on the other wall. And you can see those lined up. And I'll also do it vertically just to make sure that the lines are, the brick joints are all lined up. And that you can see in 3D is gonna line up great there again. So there you go. Those are a couple of my favorite tips and tricks on making sure that when you're building a roof, you're building it properly, but also when you're joining roofs or doing more complex roof lines, that you're using the minimal amount of effort when you're going through these and putting them together, because if you're adjusting sill heights or roof heights or fascia depths or overhangs, anything like that, it's really gonna give you more things to worry about. So by using the join commands properly, you're gonna have less to worry about while you're working on your model, and it's gonna make for a much better fit. Be sure to subscribe and follow along for more Revit related content, and I will see you on the next video.